All right, this page is all about solving compound inequalities and regular inequalities. So whenever you see an inequality symbol, the first thing that I want you guys to do is make sure you put a line down that, so that way we can solve. On the left-hand side here, I can combine some like terms. I've got 3k and negative 9k. When I add those together, I'll get negative 6k minus 15 is greater than negative 3. I want to isolate that negative 6k, so I'm going to add 15 to both sides. So negative 6k is greater than positive 12. Now we got to be careful here when I divide by a negative 6. We have to remember we need to flip the inequality symbol. So this becomes k is less than negative 2. Again, notice how I flipped that sign here. So that would be your final answer. Number 20. Number 20, I'm going to go ahead and put a line down my inequality symbol. First thing I need to do on the left side is distribute. Make sure you distribute to both terms. When you distribute, you multiply and you get negative 3x plus 9 is greater than 5 minus 4x. Now the first thing I need to do is get all my variables on one side. So I'm going to move the smallest variable. The smallest variable in this case is the negative 4x. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides. And on the left side, I'll get positive 1x plus 9 is greater than 5. One step here, subtract 9, subtract 9. I get that x is greater than negative 4. I don't need to flip any signs because I did not divide or multiply by a negative. 21. This side I have to distribute, and I also need to distribute on this side. When I distribute and I multiply, careful with the negatives, I get negative 12 plus 3m. And on the right side, I'll get 8m minus 28. Now, moving the smallest variable in this case is 3m, so I'm going to subtract 3m from both sides. And we get negative 12 is less than or equal to 5m minus 28. Now that my m's by itself, I need to move this negative 28 to the other side, so plus 28 to both sides. And then I will get 16 is less than or equal to 5m. And one more step here, I need to divide by 5. And when you divide by 5, you will end up with a decimal of 3.2. Now number 22 is going to be a compound and inequality, since there are two inequality symbols in one. And when we have something like this, we just have to do the same thing to all three sides. So to isolate x here, all I need to do is subtract 4 from here, from the right side, and also the left side. And when I do that, on the left, I will get negative 9. It's greater than x, which is greater than negative 15. And that's all you're doing. That's your answer. Number 23. 23, I also have another and compound inequality. First thing I need to do to isolate my r, since r is in the numerator, I need to get rid of that dividing by 2 first. I'm going to go ahead and multiply by 2 to all three sides. And when I do so, I get negative 8 less than or equal to 5 plus r less than or equal to 8. And when I get r by itself in the middle there, 5 is positive, so I'm going to subtract the 5. Again, from all three sides. And when I do that, I end up with negative 13 is less than or equal to r, which is less than or equal to 3. And that is your final answer. Number 14, I've got a compound or inequality. So I'm going to solve these both individually. First thing I need to do to isolate m is subtract 6. Because the 6 is positive, look at the sign that's in front of it, not the one after it. This is now a negative m is greater than negative 4. Well, there's an imaginary negative 1 in front of that, so I need to divide by a negative 1. And I have m is less than positive 4. Remember, you got to flip that sign when you multiply and divide by a negative. On my other side here, when I'm solving this one, all I got to do is divide by 3. And I get that m is greater than 5. So my answer would be m is less than 4 or m is greater than 5.